All right, Al. It's time to follow the money.
You're gonna have to hold my hand through this whole thing because you do all the prep work
Recap
for this.
of last week.
Oh, sure.
Lucas,
Let's start there.
Jets money line, Giants money line, and I believe I had the Green Bay Packers -3.5. 0-3. Not one of those hit.
That is expected.
I believe Al went with the over in Kansas City and Cleveland.
Which hit?
He went with the under in Dallas and Tampa Bay.
Did not hit.
And he took Washington +1.5.
So I went 1 and 2.
1 and 2.
You went 0 and 3. You know what that means?
Pay me, bitch!
So a combined 1 for 5, not our best week.
Oh my lord.
I don't have what would have been.
Come on.
I'm gonna have to go back and look at what would have been the ending up how much money we would have lost combined $200.
Well, the only game that I got a dub on was that Cleveland over, which is one of the $50 bets or the $55 bets. So
yeah, I think
for the purposes of the game, I'll double it there, right? So now my total for the year is 110. Your total for the year is sitting at a big fat goose egg 0. Here are the totals. Insert graphic here.
All right. Just a little reminder of how this is going to work. Al and I will have a 3x3 grid. One column being the spread, one column being the over/under, one column being the money line. One row will be $55 bets, which are going to be ones that we're a little bit more confident in.
No, I'm sorry. Before we go on to week 2 here, you're not getting that off that easy by picking the Jets with your first pick in the history of this segment.
Hey, they lost by 4. All right. They had a legit shot.
But the fact that you had the entire board in front of you and that was the one you're like, I got to take it. It
was a saucy pick.
What a dumbass pick.
It was a saucy. I always forget to do that. It was a saucy pick. I stand by it. The one that you should be going me on was the New York Giants. They didn't have a chance at winning that game.
Well,
that was kind of stupid.
When we get into our players to watch segment, I'm going to get right into the Giants. So
nice.
It's a little teaser for you.
Love that. Yeah. Okay. All right. So yeah, as I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted, one row has $55 bets, the ones that we're more confident in. One has $30 bets that ones we'll take a chance on, but and then one with $15 bets, not as confident in. So I'm going to go ahead and lay the board out for you, Al. In the spread column, starting out at the $55 bet, the LA Rams are 4-point favorites on the road against the Indianapolis Colts. I'm sorry, I should have said beforehand. The theme of the spread column this week, road favorites.
Okay, like that.
The New Orleans Saints are on the road against the Carolina Panthers. They are 3.5-point favorites. And
should be so much higher than that after last week.
Yes. The 0-1 New England Patriots are on the road as 5.5-point favorites against the New York Jets.
So those are the best top 3.
Yes, those are my – okay, so I should also say that I'm the one who picks out these games. Mm-hmm. So these are my 3 favorites.
Sure, okay.
For the over-unders, I have the Atlanta versus Tampa Bay game at 52.5 total, which I'll get into that in a second. KC versus Baltimore on Monday Night Football, that is a 55.5-point total. And then the Tennessee versus Seattle total is at 53.5, which I thought that one was kind of juicy. I don't know which one, that can go either way easily. Finally, the money line, Dallas on the road against the LA Chargers. They are +125. The Miami Dolphins, who are 1-0, are at home against the Buffalo Bills +160. And then finally, the $15 bet, the long shot, the Detroit Lions on the road against the Green Bay Packers. Wow. The 0-1 Green Bay Packers +410.
You had to put that in there. Squeak
it
in
there. I wanted that one in there.
Okay.
So since I went first last week, the board is yours.
Also, since I, placed 55 smackeries higher than you.
Went first last week, the board is yours.
I am so ready.
Okay, well, I'm going to keep in theme with last week because my one dub came from this team. Give me the Kansas City Baltimore over, please, with my
Okay.
first selection.
Hello, I like
Look,
money.
Patrick Mahomes, I saw the numbers yesterday. He is undefeated in September in his entire career so far. And
It's
he's got
a
35
walking
touchdowns to 0 interceptions. I mean, he is.
dub in September.
We talked about it last week. Andy Reid runs the score up in September, especially.
It's Andy Reid that is just the new hotness in September. Except it's not even new. He's been hot.
Team's fully healthy. Running game isn't, my favorite in the league, but the passing game is so outrageously good.
They were also going against the Cleveland defense.
Right, and
They are no joke.
And they hit the over on the Cleveland game comfortably, and they're going against Baltimore, who I think has an inferior defense. I guess we'll see after tonight's game against the Raiders if that's true, but
they're also going to be able to put up points.
Give me the over, please.
Not a bad pick. I like that one. I'm going to take my $55 bet off the board. I'm going to take the under in Atlanta and Tampa Bay. Here's why. For that game to hit,
whammy.
I believe that Tampa Bay will have to score 53 points.
Wait.
That is a dead dude. Atlanta scored 6 points against the Philadelphia Eagles.
How are they so bad?
I
still?
don't understand. I didn't watch too much of that game, just the highlights on YouTube. They were driving it down, easy peasy. We're getting distracted by.
So I'm nodding my head in disbelief.
I'm watching it, the Monday Night Countdown. They're talking about Stafford, of course.
It's not. He's not even playing in the game. They're already talking about him. But anyway, sorry.
But they scored 6 points in the game, and they're going against Tampa Bay's defense. There's absolutely no shot they score more than 14.
Well, Tampa is about a 14 times better team than the Eagles, so I guess that's a pretty good pick.
Yeah.
I mean, don't you think in an ideal world the Falcons would be like, all right, let's make some adjustments and hopefully they get something going?
I think it's possible.
And they have Kyle Pitts, they have Calvin Ridley. Do we even count Matt Ryan at this point anymore?
I mean, that's ruined the entire organization.
Well, maybe I could eat some crow on that. Maybe his stats aren't that bad, but I feel like they have been.
I feel like really the offense has never been the issue.
They just have been. Since that Super Bowl, they have not been trustworthy for 1 week of the NFL season for 2 years, going on 3.
But I mean, like after seeing them just get the absolute brakes beat off of them by the Philadelphia Eagles, who I picked to have one win this entire year, we're on track.
So far, Nick Sirianni's really, really sticking into the Gridiron Zeros podcast. He's showing us what's up right now.
He was wearing the tightest polo in his wardrobe on Sunday to prove you wrong. But yeah, man, I'm taking that under. I feel like that's got to hit. No way that they scored more than 14. And I think that Tampa Bay will probably sit their starters after it turns into 35-0.
All right. Should we go on to my next pick here?
Yes.
As much as I would love to take that Lions game because of everything we talked about at the top of the show with the Packers and the spirited effort against the 49ers this week, I'm going to be going with the New England spread against the New York Jets. I know that they lost last week to the Dolphins, but Bill Belichick's track record against rookie quarterbacks is very strong. It's one of those games where I feel like they're going to kind of course correct and Mac Jones will lead them to a dub. I feel like we're going to see a Patriots team that is not going to start at 0-2. There's no way. Like that just does not fit the build of what of what their offseason said that they want to do this year. You know what I mean? Like, I think this is just like a game that they should absolutely rebound and win. So give me the spread on that game.
Interesting. Okay. For my second game, $30 bet. I think I'm going to take my road favorite. I'm going to go with the New Orleans Saints to cover the 3.5-point spread against the Carolina Panthers.
Hello, I like money.
I think that Jameis stays hot. He's on his way to his first ever MVP.
Wow.
The Saints defense looked sensational. Darnold looked good in his Panthers debut. But I don't think that they're going to be able to duplicate that against a much better Saints team.
I like it. I feel like if Jameis plays remotely at the same level for the next couple of weeks here, we'll be talking about how they're a dark horse Super Bowl team here. I mean, that's just they had that good of a week 1 performance.
People forget they're defending NFC West champions.
South.
South. Thank you.
And Sean Payton, we can never discredit, him like leading the charge here. He's always a consistent winner. So yeah, I like it, man. I think it's a good one. Carolina beat a bad team last week. New Orleans is not a bad team.
No, they are not. Okay, your third and final pick, sir.
So this is going to be a $55 one, correct? That's my last one.
Your options are the LA Rams on the road against the Indianapolis Colts, -4, and the Dallas Cowboys +125 on the road against the LA Chargers.
Let's stick with the Rams in this game for my final game. So
like that bet.
What is the exact line here?
-4.
Oh, that's easy. Yeah, let's take that for sure.
I was thinking about that one too.
Look, dude. I mean,
I feel
the
like
Seahawks just beat the out of the Colts.
Yeah.
I mean, the Rams looked like last night a well-oiled machine that can go in and crush anyone in the NFL, let alone a Colts team that lost to it. Yeah. I think an inferior NFC West team.
Yeah. Not to mention, I mean, the verdict's out on Carson Wentz.
I mean, that's not fair to say after 1 week, and he's fighting an injury.
Not good.
He's fighting an injury, man. I mean,
the guy can take all the HGH in the world. It's not going to fix him.
It is crazy that him and Quentin Nelson. The last time we recorded the show, we were staying away from the Colts because we're like, "There's no way either one of them are playing." They both played yesterday.
I could not believe it. They have to be on so much HGH that they're not feeling anything. I don't understand it at all.
Yeah, bitch!
Last game. What do you got?
It's my $15 bet. I'm going to stay away from that Detroit money line.
You put it on there.
I know. But I thought it was just,
This is so easy.
Well,
but I'm also going to try to be realistic and have a bounce back week.
Right.
I'm going to take the over in Seattle and Tennessee. I think Seattle, Russell Wilson is going to Russell Wilson. PK is going to let him cook. Tennessee, I do think that they have a bounce back week. Pray to God that Arthur Smith did not just take everything with him, because they're in some serious trouble if they do.
Yeah, that's my major concern about this game is that they looked very bad.
And Taylor Lewan was like, he had the self-reflection moment where he was like, you know what? Thank you, Chandler Jones, for exposing me.
God, he balled out, didn't he?
5 sacks. And so Taylor Lewan, I think that offensive line is going to come back. I think Derrick Henry is going to have a great game, and I think Ryan Tannehill is going to have a bounce back performance too.
I'll just say this before I wrap up the segment. I'm proud of both of us that we both had the strength to stay away from that Lions game. Like we're approaching this as practical betting football drunk analysts. It's good.
We also do a pick 'em pool with our other cousins, and I believe you and I both took the over in yesterday's game.
Yeah, and
San Francisco, and that
this is the only bet I won yesterday.
41 at halftime. That was the easiest bet ever.
Yep, and they Lions or the 49ers didn't cover that spread in that game. So if anyone took the Niners in that, they got boned.
And that, what's so funny is that in our pick 'em, we do 6 picks in our pick 'em. That was the only one I won.
Insane.
Yeah,
I had to take the spread on that game because we were playing Jenga, where we wrote a bunch of rules at the tailgate, and that was one of the rules that we have to take the spread on that game. And
the Lions
only victory I got yesterday. So